Hey guys, Brian the Shaving Geek here, and a tired Brian the Shaving Geek here. Just arrived back in the den from my road trip today over to Foxwoods in Connecticut for the Northeast wet shaving meetup. And let me tell you something, it was well worth the drive and just an absolute awesome day. Now, I arrived back in the den with a bag full of swag and just some great stuff, but I'm going to save that for another day. So it's been a while since I've done some videos. You're going to have several videos because I kind of do almost like an unboxing video and talk about some of the products. But folks, the products are secondary. The people are what make this hobby great. I had the opportunity today to meet up with some absolutely wonderful, wonderful people, and I really got to thinking. As I was driving back home, I got to thinking about how I think you would be hard pressed to find a hobby where you have people that are as generous and as kind as the people in the wet shaving hobbies. There are just some absolutely wonderful people and absolutely generous people within the wet shaving community. Today I had the opportunity to reconnect with some people that I met previously in real life, people that I met at the kind of what I consider the grandfather of all meetups, the one that took place in New York City several years ago. And I met people there like Jason Spiegelman and Chad Irish, Ronnie Greer, Anthony Esposito, Peter Charkalis, and it was great to see all of those guys again today. But then today I also got to meet some people that I'd never met before, and just great to be able to sit and talk to people. And yet, you know, on Friday at work we were talking about our plans for the weekend, and I was explaining to people, yeah, I'm going to meet up with some friends of mine from the wet shaving community. And they go, well, what's that about? So, well, you know, it's traditional wet shaving, and trying to explain about it. And, you know, then they sort of start laughing and, oh, what do? You're going to sit there and you're going to, you know, shave each other, and, you know. But it goes way beyond just shaving. Yes, we talked about wet shaving. There was plenty of product there to sniff. But it goes beyond that. Just talking to people about their lives and getting to know people, and finding out that you share way more, that you have way more in common with people than just the hobby of wet shaving. That's kind of the entry point, but just so much fun to sit and chat with people. Somebody else that I forgot to mention as well that I reconnected with, I saw again, is Chris Cullen. And I had asked Chris to bring a kind of a sampling of his soaps for me to sniff, and ended up buying one of his soaps that we'll talk about when I do my unboxing or unbagging video. But as any true artisan, or as any true crack dealer does, he then, after I had chosen the soap, pulled out the box of his recently released to the masses aftershaves. And so I had to buy the matching aftershave, of course. So, but that's a topic for another day. So it was great to see Chris. I got to meet Kelly and Kevin from K Shave Works, which is kind of funny that I had to drive 3.5 hours to meet them in real life when we live less than 30 minutes apart. And we've talked sometimes about, yeah, we need to meet up, and we never have. And so we drove 3.5 hours one way to finally meet each other. It was great to meet them. And I got to meet Kelly Hogan and his wife in real life, and that was absolutely a pleasure. Kelly is somebody that, as you may recall, I worked with on his on just giving him some constructive criticism. I hate to call it criticism, constructive feedback on some labeling issues, and he really appreciated it. And Kelly's a great guy, and it was awesome to meet him in person and to talk with him and his wife. Just wonderful, wonderful people. The other thing was really cool today that was just so awesome to me to see is it wasn't just a bunch of guys getting together today, but there were ladies there, there was wives, there were girlfriends that were there today. And so it's great to see the female the females being represented and we had the PIF table set up where people could bring gear and just leave it there, and you put gear on the table, you could take gear off the table. If you didn't put gear on the table, you could still take it off. Just a PIF table, take what you want. And to see the ladies there, and they were smelling the soaps. In fact, I saw one of the waitresses from Hard Rock Cafe that was smelling some of the samples and the soaps and the aftershaves that was on the PIF table. So it was really awesome to see that. And then somebody brought, and I don't know who it was. I didn't get a chance to introduce myself to them, but I brought a couple of. It looked like one was maybe preteen and the other one was teen or early teens and teenage, but a couple of younger, shall we say, soon-to-be Wetshavers. So it was awesome to see the those guys there as well, kind of the next generation, so to speak. I was reminded. I shared the story of how my son walked in to my shave den one day and he looked around and he said, "Someday, this will all be mine." And so to see the younger generation there, and again, those boys were right in there smelling the soaps and the aftershaves and all of that, just the excitement that was going on. It was a boatload of fun. And to be honest with you, it was something that I desperately needed. I've got some stuff going on that I'm not going to get into, but I just really, really, really needed that today. And so thank you so much, Jason Rudman. First time I got to meet him in real life today, and super nice guy. Even if he is a Pats fan, did an excellent job putting this together and emceeing the whole thing. And I'm sure I've left people out. I'm trying to think of everybody, so I'm always hesitant to start naming names because you don't want to leave anybody out. But it was so great to see everybody there. And there were 70 people there, and just had an absolutely awesome time. I mean, I probably use the word awesome. I got to sit next to Nick Shaves today, and chat with him, and that was great. Again, super nice guy. Just I got to meet the Maggards today from Maggard Razors. They were there. Again, just awesome people. And it was just very, very exciting to see that. So thank you very much to all the artisans that made this happen, and vendors that provided stuff for the giveaways. Again, I could have come home without anything. And I've got a fantastic bag of stuff. I could have come home empty-handed, and I would not have been any less happy. I wouldn't be any less joyous and excited as I am now. It was an absolutely awesome day. And if I have forgotten to mention you, it is not because I didn't enjoy meeting you. I enjoyed meeting and talking to everybody. Again, I needed it, and it's kind of, I don't want to say I lost my passion for wet shaving, because I haven't, but I've just kind of taken a step back from the groups and not been quite as active, and this really has reinvigorated my my, if you want to say, commitment to the community. Yeah, it was awesome, and I've probably used that word way too many times, but I don't know how else to explain it, express my feelings. It was an absolutely wonderful time. So thank you everybody who made it happen, and I will be doing an unbagging video in the near future. You will be getting a lot of woos because there are some awesome scents, and wonderful products that I cannot wait to use. And so that will be coming up soon. But until then, this is Brian the Shaving Geek. Excited, reinvigorated, tired, but still excited. And reporting live from my shave den, wishing you a lifetime of happy shaves. Have a great day, everybody.